University, where leaders are made. This is NTV.
Walking a bit wish-wish. Can we clap for Waziri and encourage him to be stronger and come over once again to talk to a conference of the delegates of Kenya National Union of Teachers? Wakili, I know I've energized you, and you have more energy than you left the podium to sit where you are seated. So congratulations for being very strong as you are here. Others can just simply walk away and say, it is enough, thank you so much, I'm leaving. But thank you, you are strong and you concluded your speech. One other thing you did not mention, Wakili, and I want you to go with this because it came after I had done my NEC report. We know the role of Teachers Service Commission in employing teachers. We know the role of Teachers Service Commission in paying the same teachers they've employed. We know members of parliament and their roles. 2 days ago, on social media, you saw members of parliament even trying to recruit teachers in sub-counties. I think this is wrong. Delegates, even before I come out with my NEC report, from where you shall take resolutions, allow me to ask a parliamentary question. This is wrong and it should stop. Will as many as of the opinion that all should keep to their lane say aye? Aye. Will as many as the opinion that all should continue, the parliamentarians should continue doing the same, say aye? Thank you. Will those opposed to the opinion of these parliamentarians indulging in the duty of Teachers Service Commission and Kenya National Union of Teachers say nay? I want to get the nay as much as get the aye. Are you opposed to this? Are you opposed to this? Are you opposed to this? Will those opposed to it say nay? The ayes have it. Mr. Chairman, protect me. You know, I once taught with Ondeng in the same school, and Ondeng still believes I'm his staff mate. Ondeng keti huko. Ladies and gentlemen, we have captured the spirit of this conference, and the conference shall be led by final resolutions that we shall act upon at the National Steering and the National Executive Council beginning January 2023. Allow me to say here that we are equally privileged to have our brother Akelo Misori, Secretary Kupet, a colleague and a fighter in line with what we do as trade unionists. Akelo Misori, I want to invite you. The last delegates conference that you held as Kupet was in Muranga last week. And I sent my Deputy Secretary General and a member of the National Executive Council, Karanu, to come and grace the occasion. Bwana Akelo Misori, karibu, and have a word in maybe 4 minutes with the delegates of this national conference. Karibu sana ndugu.
Thank you so much, Ratila. To the chief guest, Bana Sifuna, the regional education coordinator, the Labor Commissioner, Madam Helen Apio, the employer represented by Wakili Anyur, Mr. Msioka, the KEPSA chairperson, members of the NEC of KNUT, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, allow me before I make any remarks to introduce the team of KUPPET that accompanied me to this conference. With me, is the National Vice Chairman, Brother Julius Korir, the Kisumu Chairman, Brother Both, Brother Gaja, not both. Thank you so much. The Executive Secretary of Kisumu, Brother Sabulu Nawange, the Vice Chairperson of Kisumu, Madam Karo Awili, the Treasurer of Kisumu, Madam Priska Obuya, and the Organizing Secretary, Migori, Brother Kevin Odhiambo. Thank you so much. Be seated. I take a lot of pride in addressing the National Delegates Conference of KNUT. I first appeared at the Delegates Conference of KNUT in 2015 when we started working together as a team of trade unions. I'm not just coming here because this event is in Kisumu, which is just 70 kilometers from my home. But I'm coming here to Rudisha Mkono because of certain things that have happened in the immediate past and which call upon us as teachers to rethink about our understanding of our roles as teachers' representatives. The unionism in the 21st century is a very complex framework. And that is the reason for which I'm also glad that the Teachers Service Commission is ably represented here by Wakili Kevin Anyur, who is also the Director, Legal and Industrial Relations. The platform upon which we operate call for such kind of engagement. But I listened with a lot of pain when the employer is too apologetic about certain things that they do or they plan to do for us. And when the minister also comes with a lot of apologies that yes, you have expanded the space and you expect the participation of your workers. Teachers are not slaves. I think that is the message that you should take to the minister. That is the message that you should take to the commission. That teachers will not work for free any longer. Solidarity! 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 The reason for which I'm saying this is that the year 2023 is not going to be easy for government. Solidarity. The reason for which I'm saying this is that Wakili Anyuol, remember the 2016-2021 CBA was not completely administered. So you owe us. You owe us. You owe us. Because how can somebody act for 4 years and then you subject this person to training? You subject this person to another interview. Madam Labor Commissioner, according to internationally best practices and our own Employment Act, nobody can act for 6 months. Shame on them! Shame on them! You must give us these promotions. These promotions must be given to teachers. And we are not going to take it lightly. Let me now pass the most important message for you members. That the ground in which we stand in the 21st century, and with the complex nature of labor, we must think together and move together now than before. Solidarity. And on this note, I hope Brother Otieno Esmond is here. Our important partners have already talked to us, and we have agreed that all the unions in this education subsector must form a confederation. Must form a confederation. Are we there? And then lastly, because I was given 4 minutes, I was given 4 minutes. I'm adding 2. As much as possible, we are not going to take it lying low. That matters education are being politicized, even to the extent of advising the Teacher Service Commission, the employer, on the nature of who to employ where. This one must stop. My brother has alluded to it, and we are not going to take it lying low. I know you people are here to make serious resolutions. One serious resolution I want us to make is that this government in place did indicate to us during their campaigns that apart from employment, which we admit, they will pay as well. They will pay. Brother Nyura said we had 54 billion. Kibaki also gave us 17 billion. Moi gave us legal notice number 534. Ruto must give us 100 billion to make sure that everything is on. Solidarity! Solidarity! May I welcome you all to Kisumu and let us join to dance at night. Thank you.
Yes. I think the spirit of the conference is now coming. Basically, we are here to make resolutions for the interest of all our teachers in the 110 branches that we lead across the country. I want to thank my brother Akelo Misori of KUPPET. And I also want to acknowledge the fact that we are in serious discussions led by Education International to bring all teacher trade unions as a confederation so that we can shoot from one direction. members of the National Steering who attended the EI meeting in Nairobi, which of course was led by Dr. David Sinyolo, the regional director EI. We are on top gear to unite as teacher unions in this country so that no single union shall be left behind, but we shall use a collective voice to address issues that affect teachers in this republic. Even as we proceed, I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the idea of primary and secondary school teachers, where we are headed to, shall be an issue of the past. Because go to primary schools, we have equal graduates like secondary schools. Go to secondary schools, we are being told that they shall now come back to teach grade 7, grade 8, and 9 domiciled in primary schools. So what is the difference? Teachers are teachers, and colleagues, members who wear the same feathers. The idea of primary and secondary, I want to repeat and reiterate, shall be an issue of the past going forward. So that even as we sit and unite, my brother Kelo Misori, you shall be representing teachers. Collins Henry or you shall be representing teachers. And we shall go together and say, this is what we want. And because push has gone to shove, and we have reached our irreducible minimum, let our issues be addressed. You know, we are now not addressing down Wakili. We are addressing members of this conference in the presence of Wakili. And let us not take it correct. Wakili, we are not dressing you down. We are addressing the conference in your presence. I think that is the position. But that one does not stop you from taking word home and say, these were the resolutions. Ladies and gentlemen, I want Kenya National Union of Teachers to remain strong. Solidarity! 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 Leo ni leo, asemaye kesho ni. You have mentioned something, my brother Akelo. And I did allude to that. Let me emphasize it proper. Employing teachers by law is in the hands of Teachers Service Commission. Wakili, take this word back. We shall not allow anybody to purport to be employing teachers. We shall not allow anybody to purport to be employing teachers. About talk to Ndeng. I know how much he took last night. So, my brother Akelo, the spirits in the conference are getting more alive. At this juncture, Chief Guest, allow me to call upon the Managing Director, KCB, NBK. My brother, you are given several titles, and I want the delegates to appreciate you. Part of the decorations that we have here, and even outside there, came from the sponsorship of this gentleman with a face brighter than mine. I want to welcome you to address the conference. Karibu sana.
Thank Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, indeed, it's a privilege to speak after such powerful speakers like the two gentlemen, Secretary Generals. I'll be very brief. So I'm here representing National Bank of Kenya and KCB Group as well. My colleagues are present there. If they can stand and wave. The chief guest, Mr. Nelson Sifuna, the KNUT executive led by the Secretary General Collins Oyu, Chair Patrick Karinya, Treasurer James Mumo, the KNUT executive members, esteemed delegates and teachers, good afternoon. I stand before you as a child of a teacher who taught for 31 years. The team from Makueni, I saw them. Where are you? Yes. My father taught for 31 years. It's a privilege. I celebrate you. I stand here to pass 3 messages. The first one is to celebrate the job that you do as our parents, but also as our teachers, but the people that nurture our children. It's a privilege. I learned a lesson from my father, and that as teachers, you light candles that inspire the new generation of pilots, teachers, doctors, presidents, musicians, footballers, even Messi. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege, and you should clap for yourself. I know it's not always we celebrate you enough, but please take it from our hearts. We truly cherish you, and I speak on behalf of the bank, but also as a parent as well. On the second point is to celebrate you for banking with KCB and National Bank, as KNUT, but as teachers and in your respective schools. We are glad to bank you, to provide services, and we are here today, yesterday and today and tomorrow, listening, and we give our commitment that we will be your partner to provide you the financial services that you need in the 21st century. Chief guest, the chair and the secretary, you have our commitment from the two institutions to continue partnering with you and supporting you. And the last is to celebrate the wonderful achievement. My dad was employed in 1964 on the bus station as he left the Teachers College. And those who belong to that generation know, they looked for the height and the discipline, how you are smartly dressed, and you are either called to join the police station, or to join the teaching profession. So when I see 62nd ADC, I can see that's a tradition that you have built. It's a tradition that is preceding our nation, and we celebrate you for the governance, for the strength of the institution. I have watched the sparring. You know, it's like the semifinals yesterday. I've watched the sparring. It's friendly. We celebrate you for that, and we really call you upon to continue building that tradition, and we'll support you. With those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I beg to bring this to a close. Thank you, and have a blessed day, blessed annual delegates conference, and Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bwana Kioko. Unajua watu wa pesa wazungumzi sana. Some of us who speak from morning to dusk, you can tell that we don't have anything. Thank you so much, and we shall continue partnering with you for the benefit of our teachers. Many branches have benefited from KCB. Thank you. I'm told even Equity Bank is around. When they come, I shall give them 2 minutes. I don't want to dictate much on time because I gave Akelo Misori 4 minutes and he extended and told us exactly what 4 minutes mean in the African context. Kepsha, Bwana Chairman, we have so many head teachers here. And I want you to address them not as head teachers, but delegates today, because the other time I came and addressed you. I want to welcome Bwana Nzioka, the national chairman, Kepsha, to address us. Ndugu Nzioka, karibu.
Thank you. The Secretary General, Kenya National Union of Teachers, our chief guest today, R.D. Nyanza, Mr. Sifuna, the legal officer from Teacher Service Commission, Mr. Anyoro, Labor Commissioner who is with us, Madam Opio, Director Usawa, Agenda Dr. Manyasa, Parents Association, representative, and the leadership of NBK, members of the 62nd KNUT Delegates Conference. Good afternoon. Amjambo. Amjambo. I feel very proud this day to be here. Of course, as I've been always for the last over 3 decades in support of the union. I am one very proud person, Mr. Chairman, for having given me the chance today to come and pass our greetings from our National Executive Board, Kepsha. Mwazi, chukua salamu. Umepokea salamu za leadership ya Kepsha. Asante, asante sana. Bwana Chairman, allow me also to take this opportunity to recognize all the Kepsha members and Kepsha leaders who are in the house today. Kindly be upstanding and wave at the delegates. All the members of Kepsha who are in the house and the leaders of Kepsha in the house, be upstanding and wave at the delegates. Bwana Chairman, this is the team of Kepsha. Thank you very much. That team, Mr. Chairman, tells you how Kepsha is a Siamese twin with Kenya National Union of Teachers. There is nobody who can separate Kepsha from the union. We are with the leadership of the union. We support what the union propagates for the teachers, because as head teachers, first and foremost, we are teachers. Chairman, may I also register my very sincere appreciation and that of Kepsha leadership to the Secretary General KNUT, the Chairman KNUT, and the Treasurer KNUT for gracing our National Delegates Conference which ended just last week. For the whole week, Chairman had led a strong team of KNUT to support the progress of the conference. So I want to appreciate that very much. I also want to appreciate the very strong message which was passed by none other than the Secretary General, Kenya National Union of Teachers, Brother Henry Collins Oyu. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to add my voice and the voice of the Kenyan primary school head teachers to what Brother Collins has said here. I had it in mind to come and pass this message that head teachers of Kenya are saying teachers cannot be lowered to the level of employing manual workers in markets. We have seen in social media the letters going round, some political leaders calling people in markets to register to be recruited as teachers. Teachers are not manual workers. Teaching is a profession, a noble profession, which should be respected. And those leaders who were sending that message should be requested to honor and give respect to the teachers of this country. Mr. Chairman, I'm saying head teachers of this country are saying it is only Teachers Service Commission who are constitutionally given the duty and the responsibility of recruiting and deploying teachers. And at this, we are in support, and we shall stand with the Teachers Service Commission to have the right procedure followed for these teachers to be recruited. We thank the government for having seen it wise to give us that 5,000 teachers by next month, and we are ready in the schools. We are ready to welcome them and make them comfortable to work with our teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, lastly, I want to assure these delegates, Mr. Chairman, that we had a long engagement with our head teachers, and that our priority, number one, will be to create an enabling environment in our schools, a conducive learning environment for both the teacher and the learners in our schools. We want to alleviate the danger of mental wellness which is affecting a number of our teachers. Therefore, we are still calling upon all the head teachers of this country to give the teachers peace as they deliver what they are supposed to deliver in curriculum, and the learners as they acquire what they are supposed to acquire in schools. Otherwise, with that, Mr. Chairman, I want to wish you a very fruitful conference, and I want to wish all my brothers and sisters a Merry Christmas and a very blessed holiday. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Can we clap for my brother, KEPSHA Chairman? And what I liked about the speech, just as Akello did say, teachers must be one. All organizations in the teaching fraternity must unite as one and fight as one. Thank you so much, KEPSHA. We are together to deliver for teachers in this republic. Mr. Molo, Chairman of Parents Association, Mr. Molo, yes, we have parents and you are the chairman. Tell us what parents are saying. And you know, we shall either support you or not support you, but we shall support you if you have what we are saying as Kenya National Union of Teachers within what we actually expect. My brother Molo Karibu, to the 62nd Annual Delegates Conference of KNUT, and please deliver.
National Secretary General of KNUT and his national delegates, National Secretary of KUPPET, and his accompanying delegates, national delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Allow me to take this opportunity. I'll take the shortest time so far. Parents and teachers is one. Schools cannot be there when parents and when learners and teachers are not there. So, learners, parents, and teachers, they are one thing. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to remind you that education is a national social responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not a privilege. Allow me to say that. So I'm taking this opportunity to remind our government not to treat our teachers, allow me to use the word which was used by our Secretary General of KUPPET, as slaves. It is not a privilege, but it is a social responsibility. One of the responsibilities the government must take is to make sure its citizens are educated. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to state that. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to say that nani kama teacher? Whom can we compare with a teacher? All our national leaders, all the world leaders pass through a teacher. So, nani kama teacher? Allow me to say this. The work of a teacher is not only to teach the learners. No. The answer is no. A teacher do what we call the donkey work. The second parent to the learner is the teacher, allow me to say that. But you know the responsibility of a parent. Our parents will always be there to nurture our children, to polish our children at a tender age. So it's a very difficult task for teachers to bring up our children of even me. I was brought up by a teacher. That's why I'm smartly dressed in a suit, and I'm proud to stand before you because of teachers. So let us not take our teachers for granted. So the people, our teachers should be well nominated, should be well paid. The question of money is not there. I think that one should not be there. The first responsibility is education. Education, and I repeat, education. But education comes with a teacher. So for us to succeed in our education, our teachers must be made happy. There's one more important thing in a human being. Being peaceful. You can't anything good when you are not peace at heart. So what I'm appealing to our government through the representative of TSC, please make our teachers be happy so that they can give the best to our learners. The other thing I'm saying, the question of the localization. We parents, we are saying it should be done away, actually should have been done away by yesterday. Because actually it is making our teachers not to be peaceful in their mind. When a teacher is not peaceful in their mind, what they will be giving it to our learners actually will also not be peaceful at the end of the day. So the question of the localization should not be a question of discussion. Should be a question of, should not be there. Number two, the question of the localization has really destroyed many families of our teachers. When the family of our teachers are destroyed, actually at the end of the day, that will reflect the destruction, normally automatically reflect to our learners. We as representatives of parents, we are not going to allow that. We want our teachers to be peaceful, to be well nominated, to be well paid. That's why I'm saying, Nani kama teacher. Everybody here, even the president, has passed through the teacher. So Nani kama teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, Sasawa, allow me to thank Secretary General KNUT for having sat down with these delegates to choose Kisumu as the venue of holding their National Delegates Conference. We feel proud as Kisumu people. Kume Kisumu is number 2 to Mombasa. Thank you. Kisumu is another Mombasa. So that credit goes to our beloved governor and the county manager, Warabalawanga. Let them continue bringing Kisumu to the heights. So much so that all national meetings should be brought here. To wind up, ladies and gentlemen, Akelo Misoi, the Kupet secretary, said, come next year, the government should consider adding teachers' salary. If you can remember the last demonstration when teachers were demonstrating nationwide, I call a meeting of all the parents in Nyanza, because at the peak of demonstration, when our retired president saw that, if Kisumu ilikuwa na jana Paris, the next day, the following day, he said, you know, teachers should be. So we are now waiting for you to call us again. We'll be there with you. So parents and teachers, we are together. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chair, Parents Association. Indeed, you have stressed a point. Parents and teachers is one. Thank you so much. I have 2 last speakers, briefly. You know, I've not yet read my NEC report. So, Dr. Munyasa of Usawa Agenda, in 2-3 minutes, I hope you'll be done with your short address. Karibu.
The chief guest, allow me to just cut a short corner and say all protocols observed. We are very pleased to be here, and I'm here with 3 messages. One, to say this, that I am hoping 2023 will be the year to dignify the teacher. Why am I saying that? Because this year we said we want to transform education, and that transformation of education starts with the teachers. I am happy we have the Teacher Service Commission here, we have the Ministry of Education here, we have the parents in this hall. I expect this, that we will work to dignify the teacher. Dignifying the teacher means, therefore, that we accept teaching as a profession, which therefore means that we cannot have room for politicians to influence the recruitment or promotion of teachers. And I want to challenge the teachers today. If you cede an inch in allowing politicians to intrude into this process, you will have fried yourselves. There will be no turning back. Politicians will determine who becomes a head teacher, who goes to which school, who doesn't go to that school. So please, stand your ground now and make sure it doesn't happen. That is one. Two, I am very encouraged to hear that you are working towards forming a confederation. I was going to say before I heard those comments that I am looking forward to having one national teachers union, one in the country, so that we have many other chapters within that can deal with special interest groups, like a WOPA within there, like the one for the pre-primary school, like the one for post-primary,